we've got a real interesting piece of water in front of us here. Right below these boulders, there's some deep pockets of water that are likely holding spots for fish. You see a lot of fast currents also. When I look at this and kind of look at trying to decide where do I think the fish are, there's a likely spot right over along this log here. There's some slower current right along this log for about 10 or 15 feet. So that's a spot that I would likely think fish might be. Out in front of me, there's some slower water as well. That's a good spot for fish to hold. Right in front here, water's going really fast. It's unlikely that fish are going to hold in this water right in front of me. As I look across the stream, there's a real fast seam in the middle, but on both sides, it's a little slower current. And both of those little current seams where it slows down a little bit are also likely fishing holding spots. Now this is really great water to nymph fish. It's not typical dry fly water. So I'm going to approach this with a couple of nymphs and an indicator and see what I can pull out of these different spots. And I'll work the closest water to me first, then a little further out, and then finally on the other side. So let's see if I can pull a few fish out of here. All right, now approaching this and where do I want to stand to fish this water? I look upstream and there's a lot of stuff. I really feel it's a much better spot to fish if I'm standing downstream and throwing the flies up. I'm going to be fishing nymphs on an indicator, and with all of these swirling currents, this is a good spot from a presentation perspective to practice raising the rod tip and lowering the rod tip, as we've talked about earlier in some of our other videos. You'll see my indicator. I'm going to be kind of watching where that indicator is, keeping a lot of line off of the water, because if I get a lot of fly line on the water, these currents are going to grab that fly line and it's going to pull my flies downstream really fast. So I'll be using a lot of rod tip high. I'll be raising the rod tip and then lowering the rod tip in fishing this particular water. All right, let's try fishing right up here along this log. It's a little tough because the wind has come up on me now and I don't want to throw my flies into the log and lose them. So I'm going to slowly work along here and just see what comes up. There's a fish. There we go. There's a nice rainbow right there. Want to keep them fairly close to me here. We'll get the net out. There we go. There's a nice rainbow from the Salmon River. Took a big stonefly nymph here. There we go, nice rainbow here today. Let's give him a good release. Yeah, there he's off. Let's try this area right in front of me where I've got a little bit slower water. It's right beneath these boulders. We'll see if we can throw our nymphs in there and see what we can get. I'm raising the rod tip as it comes towards me. Watching that strike indicator to see if it moves at all. And if it does, I'm going to give it just a quick little set. And there's a fish right there. There's a fish. Now he's in that slack water. Now we don't want to go rushing downstream with him because it's really fast water downstream. Looks like a nice little trout. Nice little rainbow. And again, if he gets down in this fast water, I'm going to have to chase him. So where he's at is not a bad water at all for me to land him. Up there, now he's getting downstream. I didn't really want that, but that's okay. Get my net here. There we go. Nice little hatchery rainbow. Took a little prince nymph fly, fished right on the bottom. Let's see if we can get him out and get him released well. There we go. Nice little rainbow there on the Salmon River in Idaho. Let's give him a release. Let's go see if we can find another one.